I don't know what you're saying.
Hello?
Hi.
To give us just a second, we're trying to share the live out. If you could, go ahead and while we're doing that, can you tap the screen for us? Just tap the host box right there where it says, Does size matter? And it'll bring up some little hearts. If you can do that for us while we share the live out, we would really appreciate it. Go ahead, everybody, take a few minutes, share the live to your, nearest and dearest and your 5 most problematic friends. Let's get this popping. Let's go. Let's go. No, I don't think Melanated has a bingo card for this specific topic yet, but I think they're playing their other bingo card from the other live. See how quickly it takes to get a bingo with this topic that's not even about the other thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because they always come in and bring it back to racism anyway.
So we're playing behind the scenes bingo, secret bingo. Oh, Blitzo says size doesn't matter. That must mean Blitzo can't touch the walls.
It's that panelist from earlier, the one that was talking really fast, the Jackrabbit.
That's him on a different account?
No,
Oh,
but he was like gonna announce to everyone that
for
he
what?
basically
He climbs
goes
on
fast.
climbs on top of his girlfriend and goes to town like a jackrabbit. And he was proud of that. Like, yeah, I just get on top and I just go to town. And the other guy's like, from the beginning, like you just start going to town. He's like, yeah, like just fast, 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 fast. So we had fast, 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 and alpha, alpha, alpha.
I thought jackrabbits were done in high school. Is that still going on?
Well, that was the conversation because we had explained. We'll get to you in just a minute, Matchless. We were trying to explain to them that, like, someone in the comments had said men don't get good at sex until they're in their 30s. And this kid was like 20 something. And he's like, oh, I'm great at sex. I've been having sex since I was 16. Yeah, I was 23. I've been having sex since I was 16. And, like, my girl comes every time. And we're like, you're sure she does, right? And he just insisted. And we tried to explain to him that, like, the reason men don't get good at sex until they're roughly 30, not like they turn 30 and it happens, but like roughly, is because of experience, right? Even when you're young, even if you're having lots of partners, you haven't been with a partner long enough to be comfortable enough to get good at sex. Because to get good at sex, you have to be comfortable with your partner. Like, you got to be ready for the body to make weird sounds and weird things to happen. And you got to be able to laugh about it, giggle about it, and move on, not freeze and be like embarrassed. And when you can't even walk into a store and buy condoms or talk about periods, you can't do any of those other things either. And so it's like that experience is what makes you good at sex, not
Well,
the number
true
of
for
times.
women though. I mean, us women, we have to get comfortable with our bodies. We have to know what makes us be able to do
Right?
that. We're not good at it at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old.
Either.
We are
Right.
just not good at being able to get there, right?
No,
So
because we don't know what to expect. We're doing what society
exactly.
tells us, right? What
Exactly.
society has told us.
Mm-hmm.
Lay there, moan, do this, do that, cock your head back, tilt your hips
Right.
a certain way, you
Basically
know.
fake it.
Right. And in reality,
Shut
that's not even
the
sex.
fuck
That's
up, bitch.
performance. I'm gonna mute you since you can't do it yourself. You know,
He's
that's
obviously really petite.
you know, it's performance is what it is. You know,
Hmm.
it's not until you're in those relationships with somebody long enough that you can really get good at sex. Like, yeah,
For me, it's
I
not the
mean, yeah.
size of it, it's the motion of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. So what? We're down three already that weren't able to act like adults. Are you
Well,
keeping? Hang on, Johnny. Are you keeping tabs on that? I would do a tally mark system or
Yeah.
something. Okay. Um, should we get started, or do you want to? Let's get this live up to 5K likes before we really get started with the combo. If everybody can tap 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 again, share the live with your closest friends and favorites, and your five most problematic friends. I don't know why I can't spit that word out today. Problematic and
Make
tap.
sure we get to matchless.
Alrighty. So matchless.
hello.
What's your age and race, just so that we're aware?
I'm 31 and Cuban.
Well, that's not a race, but that's not what this conversation's about. So I'll leave that up to the host if they want to address that.
Let's just move on.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on the background?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear what you said.
Thoughts on the background?
Oh, thoughts on the background. Well, so to a lot of women, it does matter. And there's a lot of women that don't care. Um, I feel personally that I think if people could stop putting sex as a primary focus in relationships, there'd be a lot less problems. So, for example, like if you're not looking for satisfaction solely based on sexual activity, or more or less love from your partner and loyalty and respect, you know, being there, supportive, all that stuff, from what I understand, those relationships tend to do very well, regardless of the size of the person. But yeah, size does matter to a lot of people, but also to a lot of women, it doesn't matter.
It is important, correct? I mean, you get into a long-term relationship for the rest of your life, the beginning is the best it's ever going to get, right? What you have is the best it's ever going to get. I mean, it is kind of important, correct?
I mean, if you put sex above everything else, then yeah, it would be very important to you. But if you truly love someone, you know, it wouldn't matter, you
Well, for
know?
women, it's not always about sex, right? It's intimacy.
Hmm. Yeah, but like I said, love relationships do better when your focus is not based on things like that. But yeah, you know, size very important. I agree with you. But as someone who, you know, is a Christian, people who are under the umbrella of God, those relationships tend to do a lot better when sex isn't your focus or, you know, gratification. And it is a part of it. It is a part of it.
There's a huge part of it.
But from what I see statistically, and especially with people that I know, those who keep God in the middle of things tend to do a lot better. You know, it's like when you step out of
Well,
the
well, there's
bounds.
a thing in I'm a Christian woman. There's a thing in my religion that says that intimacy is not important.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not important, but when when each person in a relationship puts God above their own needs, like when like I would, if I was married, right, I would want my wife to love me more than God, or love God more than me, and I love God more than her. Like, keep God in the direct center of your entire relationship. And, regardless of size or lack of intimacy, God could help you in all directions. God could help your relationship without having, you know, simple things like this be a main focus. And I feel personally that women care more about sexual pleasure than actual love.
Well, we don't always get the sexual pleasure that you're speaking of. And we
I'm
want
not saying
love. We
everyone. I'm
want
just saying
we
most.
want love, but men, I think a lot of times feel that they have to give us sexual pleasure in order for us to feel like we're loved.
Yeah, I'm just saying most women. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. Just most. Most women in our world do care more about the size of a man rather than the love that he could offer or provide.
Oh, I would love to have a man that supported me and loved me and gave me all kinds of love and had nothing to do with sex, but
Hmm.
that is not realistic.
It is realistic. It's just hard to see.
Mm.
That's I I was like that towards my last girlfriend. She just fell out of love, and that was it. We've never done it because we were both waiting for marriage, and as far as I know, she's still waiting for marriage. I'm waiting for marriage. But when it comes to like this topic, I would say yes. In a world that we live in today, size matters to the majority of women.
I would say it does not.
I can tell you this: it's not very enjoyable when the woman.
So, from my experience, unfortunately, my first time was against my will. So, therefore, sex was not important to me until I'm with my current partner now. And he showed me emotionally what it could be. So, I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout my experience, it does not matter what the size was, quote unquote. It was a matter of what I was needing and looking for at that time,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's why I say it's my opinion. That's what I feel personally. From what I see the majority of the time, I always see women caring more about that rather than love and intimacy. I'm
Well,
not saying it's every single woman in the entire world.
no, I understand that. And I've seen that from my own friends. So I understand what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I see where it's driven a lot more, and that's what's important in life for a lot of women. Some of my friends growing up or have several fathers,
Yeah.
so they have income, and I don't think that that's right, but that's my opinion.
Right.
But
Um,
May I chime into this conversation?
yeah,
yeah. So, Bunny and then Tweety.
Um, yeah, I guess with my stances, personally, I do think it matters. I've been with my partner for 3 years, and he's my first. And to me, when we're like, doing the do, and he's a great size, when I start feeling like the sexual pleasure, I start to get really into it and really crazy, and that's what makes me love him more, to be honest. It makes me almost become infatuated with him in those moments. And so I feel like having that type of pleasure has I don't know, it kind of adds little sparks here and there, and I think it's fun. And I don't know how I would feel if I was with somebody where I wasn't really feeling anything. If they weren't a big enough size. So that's my stance on it.
Can I chime in?
Not yet. Tweety Bird, I see your hand. Did you have a question?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I did want to add real quick. Two things. Well, actually, technically three. First, I'm gonna talk to Matchless real quick.
Hello.
Don't think that she fell out of love. I think that there was a form of infatuation that had just um, naturally came to an end, and then not move on. She's married. Geez, sorry. And then my answer to the question is both yes and no. Yeah, well, actually, no. It doesn't matter if you're like in a full blown relationship or if you're personally like legitimately infatuated with that person, right? And it wouldn't matter because like that love, it adds a whole nother level to it, especially within them. And I would say yes if you're not in a relationship with someone because that size will like help with wanting to be around them more often, especially if it's only for pleasure. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, to go back to the topic of my ex-girlfriend, I, I don't know why you would think that, but no, we just simply drifted apart. This is my relationship, so I know what happened, and we were both, we're both Christian, so we didn't fall into certain things. We definitely did, experience things, but not sexually. But no, we just slowly drifted apart. And she's an amazing person. We ended on good terms. It didn't work out.
Yeah, I only said that because you said that she fell out of love with you. That's
Yeah.
why I was thinking about infatuation because I'm a Christian as well. However, nah, I'm just leave it at that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's my past relationship, so I know.
Want a cookie? Hang on.
All right. Is that a Mimas?
Mimas.
Mimas, you can unmute your mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Does size matter? What a question. Uh, let's see. There's petite, medium, Amazon, and I like them all. I can only choose one, though. And it's always the character I fall behind on. So it's not whether a question of does size matter. It is, does matter? Is it not the soul which we seek?
I have a question for the men on this panel that I've had Smegs with different people. Is there one?
Can I answer?
Well, are you a man who's had sex with more than one person? Because
Yes.
that's who she wants to answer the question.
Okay, perfect. Can you actually tell like between like who's tighter and who's looser? Like, is it that obvious?
There's a downfall through size. It makes sex a lot less enjoyable, and you cannot pleasure some girls. It's more painful than it is pleasure.
Captain, I'm going to have you hang on 1 second. Can I get everybody that's not speaking to go ahead and mute? Because there's a lot of background noise. And I kept muting people earlier, but they kept unmuting. So just everybody remain muted if you're not speaking. So even when you're in conversation, even when you're in conversation with somebody, if they're speaking, mute and then unmute when it's your turn. Okay, it just makes it because you hear that. Watch when I mute everybody. Listen to the background noise go away. Watch.
Okay.
You see how all the noise goes away, and it makes it easier to hear. So if we just take turns and mute and unmute, it's easier. So who was you talking? You were talking to Captain, right?
I wasn't finished.
But
I was pondering.
she was having a conversation with Captain, correct?
Yes.
Mute up and wait your turn. She's in the middle of conversation.
I grew up at the coast, right on the beach, where we had a tourist influx in the summer season, where there were a different group of vacationers coming down every week. And I've been married for almost 20 years now, but sometimes excess size will decrease the pleasure for both parties involved.
It's really that noticeable, or like that feeling, like that's
No,
But did you hear what he said? Decreased size. It's a them issue. It's a
no,
them
not
having
no.
a small
What I'm
pee that's
saying,
the
what
problem.
I'm saying
It's
is
not women's vaginas. It's
no.
the size of men's penises, because the vagina tightens up and has babies and tightens right back up where it was. So it's, as he indicated himself, it's a small size issue. It has nothing to do with the vagina. So you don't worry about that at all.
Actually, he said increase size. He didn't say decrease. He said increase size.
Right. The size, correct. Size. Increased size or small size. The size makes a difference. When they are, okay, that would be for increase, but that also would be the opposite. For the opposite, it would be the same. It would be increased size. Increased size, decreased size. Decreased size would mean that they are too small. If it's true for one, then it's true for the other. So if increased size, a big one, makes it unpleasurable because it's too big, having a small one would also make it unpleasurable because it's too small.
True.
It's too small, not the vagina, the penis.
I can believe that because it's been an uncomfortable. I've been married for almost 20 years, and still the foreplay is the best part of our sex life because it still hurts my wife. And I've had multiple sexual partners before I got married, and it. I'm not a porn star or nothing like that, or trying to claim to be, but it's a disadvantage more than you think it is an advantage. I think being an average size would have gave me a lot better sex life, a lot more enjoyable sex life through life. If that makes any sense.
I think I would say really quickly that it does make sense, and I think that was similar to the conversation that took place last night also, and it just brought something up in my mind that I used to tell students about. If you Google it, you probably be able to find the news article. I want to say it was in the UK. There was like a 14-year-old kid who, and this was like, this was probably 10 years ago when I was teaching that I found the article, when I first started. But there was a 14-year-old kid who, and I don't know what you would call this surgery, but I can picture it in my head how they did it. But his piece was so large, and it wasn't just long. Like, that wasn't his problem. His problem was girth. It was like a football. Like they described it as literally being the size of a football, and they had to go in and almost cut out like a diamond shaped, like this, and then they sewed it back together and made it smaller.
What a lot of men think is a blessing, what they don't understand is also a curse.
I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to be a guy. I'd rather be a guy. I mean, I don't want to be a guy at all. But if I had to be a guy, I'd rather have an average one.
I would too.
Well, y'all know you can get injections, right? You don't have to get surgery. They got injections for men.
Well, I don't want nothing cut off
I
of
did
me.
not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they got Botox injections for men. It's about $5,000 and it lasts about 2 years.
It's Botox, though, is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
But it lasts 2 years.
yeah.
What's the average increase?
Well, that depends on, that depends on the material you use. It's different types of it's quality. It's different qualities, right?
You get what you pay for, right?
Yeah. So I think the most, I didn't really look too deep into it, but it's definitely something that a lot of men get, which means it's definitely noticeable. I'm not an expert on it, so I'm not gonna tell you it goes this much, and then I'll just be saying lying to you anyway, because I ain't because not to be brag, but I'm kind of blessed, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, they got the shots for men where it does the widen. The shots make it wide. It don't make it longer. It make it wider. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, for some people, I mean, some people prefer length, some people prefer girth.
Yeah.
Here's my question though. When you do that, wouldn't that, like, after the 2 years is up?
You gotta get another one.
Well, yeah, because otherwise you would then feel inadequate. Then I would.
But they also have something. They have a permanent filler that's also for girth. But the thing about the permanent is that you have to make sure that there's a risk because it's permanent. So you have to make sure it's being done right. So but the shots, they wear off. So you can go back to your natural state when you got the shots. You see what I'm saying?
They put them in. Does it go like in the tip, or like do they shoot it like in the side or at the base? I don't know. Maybe you don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know too much about how they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because but it definitely been researched and it's been done a lot. It's actually a pretty it's very popular among plastic surgeons. So whatever it is they're doing, I can't say that it works.
Thanks for that info.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, everybody's gone. So who was next?
So
The panel order changed.
So am I next?
Are you still here, so melanated? Yep. Go ahead and go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
still here.
who's next? Is it melanated or me?
Melanated's the host. Do you want them to go ahead and go and address they were kind of addressing it now, but do you want them to continue?
Let melanated go. Let melanated say what they're gonna say.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking to.
Wow. Night, Tweety.
Sweetie, I'm not far behind you.
So, right. Does size matter? Well, it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, if we're talking about body size, then no. If we're talking about man parts, then it's not applicable. It doesn't apply to me, so.
So let me ask you this. Since we on the subject, do you prefer that from like a toy, that type of activity from like a toy or something like that, or do you not?
Tell you the truth, I don't care about toys.
Okay, so that's not your interest. You're not interested in those at all. You don't use them at all.
I'm just very neutral. Like, I don't care whether I use them, don't use them, makes no difference to me.
Okay, but you do use them sometimes.
Maybe like once in a while.
Once in a okay. Well, don't you have like a preferred, because you don't want it too big, right? Because
I believe there is such a thing as too big, like the gentleman earlier was saying. I personally,
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, there's definitely, but I've never encountered that, so.
right. But I mean, it makes sense. I guess like if you're not really too big, there's some women that actually prefer a smaller one because they have an extra sensitive, area down there. And there are some women that actually prefer the smaller one, And then you got some women out there that is like you say, it just doesn't matter because they're more into the emotional state and the mental state, of them, and you know what I mean, and the companionship, and maybe some women are just more financially pleased, and things of that nature. So you have women that'll sacrifice that, you know what I'm saying, because they feel like the man is in better blessed in other areas. And then you got some women that feel like it's not the best they've ever had, but they can work with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he's not. Yeah.
sounds trainable if they're willing to listen.
What I
Right.
don't like is when people say, oh, the size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. And the reason I don't like that statement is because everyone should know how to use it.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Why do you think everyone should know how to use it?
I mean,
Go ahead.
it's your body part. You should know how to use it. And if you don't know how to use it, you have no business doing the deed in the first place.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's my issue with that. Okay, you got millions of women out here, right? And these millions of women, they got their own mind, their own personality, their own interests, and their own preference. So one woman's trash is another man's treasure. So I might be intimate with one woman, and she might say, "Oh my God, he doing this, he doing that, la la la." Then I might go to another woman, and she be like, "Oh my God, what was that?" So how can you say that when you got women that like different things and got different preferences?
Because what she's saying isn't about it. It's not about what women like or don't like. It's about the fact that men. Well, what she's saying is having a big one isn't enough. Like you could have the biggest, prettiest, nicest one, nice and shiny, all the girls drooling over it, and it doesn't matter if you can't use it.
But
That's
see,
what she's saying.
this
Like
is my this is
big
this is
isn't
what
enough.
I'm.
Like you have to know how to use it. So whether it's little or big, you need to be able to use it.
So let me ask you this, then. Let me ask you this. So there was a woman that had this video. It was going around Instagram, right? She was saying, okay, she like a man that has a 9 or better because she likes to bounce on it. That what she said, right? So basically, what she was saying is that it has to be that because she likes to get on top, right? Now, mind you, when she is on top, it's not really about what you know how to do. See what I'm saying? So that's why I say you got different women that got their own preferences. You can't expect all women to want the same thing. That was my point. Hello? Y'all still here?
Oh, yeah, we were just getting something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pulling up some stats that we were talking about earlier today, or I'm going to try to. I might have to do it on my other phone in order to read them off because I can't see anything. we were talking because we spoke to a kid last night who we'll just call him. Well, we'll call him liar, 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 and he tried to convince us that he had a 14-incher, and we tried to explain to him that he was wrong and that we didn't believe him.
Right.
And he didn't understand why we didn't believe him. And the reality is that if he had a 14-incher, he'd be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, we would have heard about it. It'd be on the news. His name would be known. We would know. He wouldn't have to tell anybody. We would already know who he is and know all about his 14-incher. So we looked up some stats this morning, and I'll have to screenshot them to be able to pull it up. Screenshot him and come back in a second. But anyway, he was there's no way, because what was it? So melanated, 13.5 inches, I think, was the largest ever recorded. And that's like, it was like a 0.000 some odd crazy % of people that are that large, right? And I think men have a fallacy in their head that everybody else's is so much bigger, when in reality they're not. I think it was fewer than 15% of men had a penis bigger than 6.5 inches or something like that. But yet I could name 85% of the men in my life that I know that used to run around talking about how big their dick is, you know. None of them said, I got 6.5 inches. They were all like, I got 9, I got 10. No, you don't. No, you don't. And we know you're lying about it, and now you look silly.
I just got one thing to say.
Well, you'll have to wait. So mute up. Thank you. Go ahead, So Melanated.
Oh,
I'm gonna screenshot these.
I've actually got the thing with, you know, the facts about the thing.
Because I can't go back and forth and look at. I can't read. I gotta hold it up real close. I can do it on my other phone though. But if you
Yeah,
can read
14.
them, go ahead and read them.
You know, men always give themselves an extra inch or few, you know. Even when it comes to height.
I think it was near the end of the article where it had like a whole. It was like one paragraph had like the whole layout of the different, like 7-inch in the percentage, 8-inch in the percentage.
Gay men tend to have bigger penises. I just thought I'd put that out there.
So, can I talk yet?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's not about the size of the ship in the harbor, it's about the motion of the ocean.
All right.
Funny at all. Tough crowd.
It's actually really old.
The smallest recorded human penis was 1 centimeter.
That's because mine wasn't recorded.
So yours is smaller than that?
I have a flea, but I can make that thing jump, and I can make it do backflips.
Well, listen, I'm proud of you for that, because that's honestly what matters the most.
Nah, I mean, my girlfriend says I'm average, but like I've always like beat myself up about it.
I bet you did. I bet you did. Your girlfriend, my condolences.
Her condolences? What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just want to let you guys know video still for sale, you broke worthless stupid people.
Aw, James, is that you?
Tuh.
Still sound like a crybaby even when you
Most
try to
guys,
change your voice.
that's why most guys are insecure because of comments like that. Give them
Can
your
I
first
say,
condolences.
oh, well, can I put my 2 cents in? I mean, I think,
Martha, give me 1 second, Nia. I want to
yeah,
address
you're
something
good.
really quick, okay? So, Aquatic, to be clear, women are not responsible for your insecurities. You need
I'm not
to
saying
take those.
responsible.
I'm going to mute you because I'm speaking. You need to take those insecurities and deal with them yourself because women are not responsible for them. So for you to say that this is the reason that so many men are insecure, blah, blah, blah. No, men were insecure long before they even hit puberty, and it had nothing to do with us or anything that we are saying. It
I
has
just
to
said
do
I was
with
average, and you just
it.
laughed.
It has to do with society. No, I didn't laugh at you saying you were average. I laughed at you saying I beat it up.
Well, Aquatic Babe, like, how big are you?
Are we talking about D
What did I
size or are
say?
we
I beat
talking
it up.
about
Yeah,
like
we're talking
weight?
about D size.
What did I say? I would beat it up?
Well, you said that your girlfriend gets upset with you over it or something like that.
No, I said I beat myself up about it. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's
Then
what she
I
was.
bet you do.
You poor thing. Well, how big is it, babe? You don't have to, like, just, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh either. It's just like an awkward question, but like, how big are you?
I would say I'm slightly above average. Slightly.
So, like 6 inches?
Now
I
look at
thought
this.
average was more than that.
Huh?
I thought average was more than that. Damn.
Average is like 5, I think,
Why
five
do
and a
I
half.
keep getting muted?
Because you're interrupting, babe.
Oh, Neo, you shut up. I
But
don't know
like,
why a moderator keeps muting me.
Because you keep
That
speaking
was
out of turn.
I haven't actually said anything yet.
exactly. Be quiet and stay that way. Wait until the host, so melanated, says, "Hey, LO2, I've got a question for you and I'm ready to engage with you." When that occurs,
Oh, is this how this live is?
then, oh boy, then you can unmic.
Right, is this how this live is? Have you got to sit on mute the whole
Okay,
time?
I'm not going to do it. You do it. I think we're both doing it.
Wait, are you from the UK?
Yes.
How ironic.
Wait, why do I
Sorry.
keep getting muted?
That was an
Stop
accident.
muting.
That was
don't
me. I was
understand.
trying to do something else. I was trying to put the thingy down and I accidentally hit the mute button. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
What, Melanie? What do you mean ironic?
Because when it comes to lines and waiting in queues, you guys pretty much dominate that.
Wait.
But here, you can't put yourself on mute long enough.
I was simply asking, is this how this live is? Where you got to sit on mute? That's it. I thought we
Give you
could.
the clue.
No,
We're
I
supposed to wait.
I thought we could all sit here and interact
see?
together and get
Andy,
to
you
know
sound
each other and
small.
have some fun.
We're going to mute you now and you need to just wait.
Let's do it.
Neil was in front of you.
I was here before.
Now Nia's going to go. Because you
Right,
made
go
me
on,
mad,
mute
so
it.
now
It's
Nia's
fine.
going to go because you're being a
It's fine.
crybaby. And we don't
Yeah.
center men here. So stop.
You better not send it to Nia then.
I can't.
Oh,
Aquatic. Oh my
now you can re-request.
Right.
And you'll have
God.
to
Go
wait
ahead.
until whoever else comes up before you now.
Aquatic. Yeah, so I was asking you, so the average is, I believe, 5.5 inches.
I'm done.
But say it again. Aquatic.
I was just I'm actually above average then because I thought 7 was the average.
But yeah, you if you're above average, I mean, you wouldn't have to beat yourself up over that. But anyway, for my opinion on does size matter? Oh, did Elo not re-request?
No, but it looks like Aquatic dropped as well.
Oh, dang. But I mean, I would say yes because it's part of the attraction.
Hmm. Right, Nathasi, what are your thoughts?
Does size matter? Well, I think it does. I do.
Are you talking about the D?
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, for now.
Well, why you think it matters? Why?
The smaller the better.
What is going on?
Oh, really? Are you into men? Just curious. I'm just
Not
curious.
quite. Not quite.
What are you into?
I'm into the female form, to be honest.
Okay. Are you small yourself?
They might like to call it a macroponus.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
It's called a macroponus.
Well, how many inches is
Oh,
a
micropene.
No, that's
Oh.
a slur. It has to be what macroponus is.
That's a micropene.
So you got a
No,
micropene.
Macroponus, yes.
Okay. Are you like a little extra spicy in the bedroom to make up for it, or like?
Well, I've got to admit, okay, it doesn't matter because lesbians exist and they have fun.
Oh, what? How does that make sense?
There's still attraction. People can be having fun without a long thing there.
So that's
Well, what does that got to do with you?
because I'm confused.
Because some people got macroponuses.
Right, but what does lesbians have to do with micro penises?
Because they don't got one, so you compensate just as they do, right?
So you're scissoring women, basically?
That's not a thing. They don't do that.
How would you know?
They talk to me. I have friends. They don't.
How many
That is a
lesbians do you
myth.
talk to?
I only know like 3 or 4.
Those 3 or 4 you think it represent the whole entire lesbian community?
Not all of them, but hey, if they're all scissoring except for that, okay, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to.
Anybody else notice that accent like came and went?
It is kind of coming and going, poor thing.
It's like Ross from Friends.
Yeah,
When he starts teaching and he starts with the English accent and then
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Are you trying to make fun of Elo?
But no, not quite. No.
I mean, his is much
Because
better.
he's back here, he can,
Yeah, go ahead.
Elmo's back.
Rip into
Hello,
Am I allowed
it.
to
Elmo.
speak now? Am I allowed to speak now?
You can speak, Elmo. I'll mute myself. Small is better.
Am I allowed to talk now?
Go ahead,
You
babe.
can talk.
God, let's indulge in a conversation. You guys can get to know me a bit better.
Well, wait, before you do, can I give these stats real quick? Or will you make me big so everybody can see them? These are the little bit I was able to find. These are the ones we talked about this morning. I don't know if you guys can read them. I can't read them that little.
No, you got to be bigger.
7 in 1,000 guys
Wait, let me
have
make
an
you big.
8-inch penis.
There we go. So,
All
like,
right.
only 15% of men have penises that measure more than 7 inches. Only 3% measure over 8 inches. And only 7 out of 1,000 guys have a 9-incher.
I'm one of them 3% then, mate, and I'm not.
85%
I'm
of
not
men.
sad about
have a penis that measures, what does that say, 7 inches in length.
Oh
That
my.
doesn't mean big ones don't occur, because they do. But they average. These are some stats.
I just want to say, like, I didn't know that there was such thing as men who scissor with women. That's new.
Hey, don't put words. Sorry, don't put words in my mouth. I didn't
you-
say that.
So you don't scissor women?
I do not.
Grammy.
I do not.
Grammy. So so we got Jarrett down here. It says that he's 15. That he's 15 inches, and we know that the biggest reported is 13 and a half.
Get in the box, Jarrett, because we know that you're a liar. You're absolutely a liar. The biggest recorded penis ever on record was 13 and a half inches. So if yours was bigger than that, you would be in the Guinness Book of World Records. We would have heard your name. We'd be talking about you right now. We would probably have your penis picture and your face picture up on the background specifically, like, look at this guy with
Oh
this big
my.
ass penis. But you're lying, and we know it. And that shows your insecurity.
I mean, do you
That
have
should
proof?
tell you something.
If he has proof, I mean, I'm open to seeing it.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Because if he had proof, we would all already know who he is.
He's using the metric system to measure that one. Hmm?
Who's red flags?
Some people are growers, not showers. So he's probably not showing it off.
Are you? Oh, okay. Well, Ella, what are you? Are you a grower? Are you a shower? What are you?
Small.
Definitely. Do you say I'm small? Grammy. Did you say I'm small?
Make me small again.
Oh, make you small again. I thought you dug me out. I was like, he's small.
Well, you are, but I mean, that's besides the point.
Yeah, you've seen pictures of it. What are you talking about? Why are you doing me like this, little bit?
I forgot about that.
Right.
Why are you trashing me?
No, you're
All right.
right.
Let's move on. DK Duke.
Let's mute up so that we can go to the next person.
Yeah, I think size matters.
I'm gonna be honest because I just hopped on too. I think size doesn't matter, but it's the way that you use it.
You're
In
gonna
my
have to
personal
wait.
opinion.
You gotta wait your turn, bud.
I think he was done. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, he had me muted up. That's why I started talking. My bad.
No, you're good. So you think it doesn't matter?
Super small before I started being active, but yeah.
Well, can I say what I think about size?
What do you think about size?
Well, from my 34 years of existence on this planet, I would say, especially in the gay community, size matters. I think
Well,
the
yeah,
more you're in the community, you look for bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, especially when you power bottom. You get to a point where it's out of control. If you're a bottom,
statistically,
you're constantly looking for bigger and bigger and bigger D. It just naturally happens. Go
all
on,
right,
sorry.
Ella.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, statistically, gay men just happen to have bigger penises.
Is that true? I mean, I've met a lot of guys, they send me pictures, and then when they turn up, it's a lot smaller than it looks.
Why are they
Article
sending
I
you
just saw.
pictures?
Well, because that's what you do on Grindr, isn't it? I mean, that is typical interaction on Grindr, isn't it? You go on Grindr, you send your pic, they send their pic, they turn up. 9 times out of 10, you're disappointed, and you have to go back on Grindr and look for another one.
Hang on a second. Some of you in the comments, You can't get laid and it shows.
Clock. Clock. Um. So, DK Duke, you said that you didn't start getting um immense size until you started being more active with it.
No, like I didn't know how big I was. Like I thought I was like extra small for real.
Okay, okay.
Wait,
So,
how big are you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, no.
It's like 8.2 inches.
How can you be walking around thinking that you're extra small with 8.2 inches?
That is
Because I
crazy.
didn't know, like I was like watching porn and shit, and like
Oh,
everybody
okay.
in school was like, "Oh, it got to be this long." I remember telling a girl in art class, "I'm like, oh yeah, I got 8," and she was like, "That's small. You need like a 10 inch." I'm like, "Dang."
Oh my god.
Yeah, she chopped me down. I was like, "Geez, okay."
I've
She
always
was
walked
lying.
in there. I've always walked around like I've always thought I'd had a normal size. I got like 8 inches, and I've always been like, oh yeah, that's big. But if you're saying 8.2 is small, then I don't know what's
That
going
is
on.
crazy. Oh my.
Massively huge hands too, so it like
Well,
felt small. So I was like,
Oh
eh.
god, so it makes it look smaller. You got big
Yeah.
hands. Wow.
Yup.
well, we know you have pretty small hands, Fred. So I mean, we all could be being
Yeah,
fooled. But
I've
anyway,
got like little petite femme hands that makes mine look even bigger, especially when I take pictures.
Nate. So Nate Thussey. I'm guessing that's an interesting name. So you said that you have how do you say it?
Nathusi is not how you
Not
say
your
it, but
name, but with
all
the condition
good.
that you have. Like, how do
He
you?
has a microchip.
A micro macroponus
A
is what
macroponus. Okay.
it's
You
a shower, not a
okay?
grower. It actually
Oh,
shrinks.
okay. Okay. So what's the difference in size? Like, before and after.
Well, before it's a solid, nice 5 inches, and then
Okay.
it becomes 1.
Okay.
What, when you get harder, it kind of shrinks up inside you?
Allegedly, yes.
You're a
So you're
nervous little
basically
guy.
like, you're a full bottom trans person. You got an inverted penis.
Yo, don't put genders on me
Wow.
like that. Don't say that.
Oh,
He
anomaly.
well, that's what trans people aspire to, have, an inverted penis. So you've naturally got that. So I'm pretty sure trans people are going to be envious of that.
I'll
If you can
take your
get
word
hard
for it,
and it
Elmo. I
inverts,
appreciate it.
innit? If you
period,
can get
Nathan.
hard on and it inverts and it goes back inside, mate, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be envious of that.
Maybe.
Hmm.
So I got a question. I got a question. So do women prefer sucking smaller ones? Because I've noticed that a lot of women can't really suck it that well when it's big.
To be
I'm
honest,
sorry, can I just point out that it's so funny you asked that when the views are at 69?
ooh,
Oh,
can I be honest? Like, I think when it comes to that, it's like not too small, but not too big. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not, listen. Like, personally, I feel like 6 inches is already a lot. Like, well, actually, that's probably normal, huh? 6 inches.
And how many inches
That's
have you put in your
massive.
mouth, Nia?
What do you mean?
How many inches have you put in your
How
mouth?
many? 0.
You don't
I'm
exactly. You don't even know what it's like to put an inch in your
listen.
mouth.
I'm a pure angel. I just don't
I
do stuff like that.
know. And you're out here saying, "Yeah, I think 6 inches is good." You haven't put anything in your mouth yet.
I'm saying based just like, off of my own visual perspective. 6 inches seems like a moderately decent amount, if that makes sense.
Once you've put 6 inches in your mouth, come back and tell me how it feels.
You
I'll
first.
let you know.
I have no
Okay.
just so everybody knows.
Well, wait. Actually, Fred, you're more so of an expert in this. So why don't you let us know what is most comfortable
I'll take. Oh, we're going for comfortability.
Yeah, what's most comfortable to suck on?
I'd say like 5 inches, maybe even smaller. It depends what you want. If you're not going comfortability, then we'll hit like 9 inches and try and push it all the way down. But if you're talking about comfortability, but yeah.
Got you.
All right, now I got a question. What is the ideal? What is ideal for you guys?
9. Are we talking about sucking or are we talking about like sitting up?
No, we're talking about in the actual act.
Yeah, so sitting
Fuck.
on.
I just said being gay, and being a bottom, you always look for bigger, so the bigger the better.
So you want like 9 inches?
You want length and girth.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So I just have a quick question, and I'm actually going to leave. What's the difference between this and like a bunch of men going live and just saying like, do fat women deserve love? Because that's what this is actually. Like,
No.
like
You
10 minutes
sound
ago,
mad.
Sir,
shut
I'm
up
gonna
for a
answer that
second.
question.
You
No,
guys
you're
are
wrong.
They're not bashing
All right,
nobody.
everybody
They're not
else
bashing
mute.
nobody.
This background does not say anything about anyone specific. This background specifically could be about multiple things. In fact, last night we had
Then
several
why'd you
women
laugh
come
at the guy?
up.
Why'd you
Be
make fun of the
quiet.
guy?
Andy, please.
Last night we had several women come up and indicate this background in reference to size and shape of women's bodies, and we had a full-on hour-and-a-half long conversation about that. This background could be about many different things. The size of the tree in your backyard. If that's what we want to talk about for an hour, that's what we'll do. The general question is, does size matter? At this point in time, right now, with the people that are on this panel and the way this conversation has gone, that is where it has went. But that's not where it has to go. That's not where it always goes. You need to think about what
It
you're
doesn't
doing.
excuse the way you guys
Your
treated that guy.
insecurities, sir, are showing. Your insecurities are showing. Just
I have
think
zero
about
insecurity.
that. This is not, it doesn't say anything about men at all. This says nothing about men at all. The only reason that we're even talking about men is because men came up on this panel and men talked about penis size, because that's what men saw in their heads, was that this background was about penis size. When I made this background and I gave it to other people to use, I made it specifically with the intent that it is very vague, so that when assholes like you hop up here and do that, we can then laugh at assholes like you. Because we weren't laughing at men in general. We weren't laughing at men at all. In fact, we were having a very good educational conversation between people. But now we're laughing at you because your insecurities are showing. Be sure about that.
I have zero insecurities. My Twitter is up. You can go and look at it, bitch.
You have a lot of insecurities.
We
That's
don't
why
want to
You
do
should
that.
be insecure about the
this
way
was
you
about
look.
men.
You
Aiden,
disgusting
Andy,
Grammy.
I'm not
You
insecure.
nasty.
Wait a minute.
You
No,
nasty.
everybody, wait a minute. I
Everybody
want
else
All
to
you
mute.
address what he
bitches in
said.
here are fucking
I
gross,
want to
alright?
address what he
Ran
said.
through whore.
I would like to address what he said. I'm not insecure about any motherfucking thing. That's why my face is here. That's why I have no problem showing it. That's why I don't wear makeup. That's why people on this app see me looking like shit in my fucking pajamas, because I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not insecure. The person who is insecure, sir, is you. And your behavior speaks for that.
No.
Can I just say something? When he said his Twitter's up there, did anyone jump on and drop him a follow?
I tried. Like I
I'm
was
definitely going
curious.
to that Twitter page. Let me.
Andy, babe, if you're still watching, I mean, like, you don't have to come in with that heat if you're packing, babe. The insecurity was going.
And then I
Andy, it's
snapped that
okay, all
follow
right?
right
It's
up.
okay to be small, all right? It's
Right.
fine.
Yeah,
Right.
take it from me. It's okay to have a macropiness. But someone should
Exactly.
check that Twitter. Someone should. How big is his willy? How big
I
is
will when
it?
I
I
come
don't know.
off this
Someone check his
live.
Twitter.
It's
When I
okay to
come
have
off
a
this live, I'll
metropolis
go
and
to
it's
it.
okay to be 50. So Fuck you guys.
Grammy,
Came up here.
Period.
I just want you to
Grammy,
know, Grammy, you are my idol. You are my queen.
you
Everything you just
told them.
said, like, I am bowing down.
I
I'm not on my
appreciate
knees.
that.
I'm in a chair.
I appreciate
But,
that,
like,
but don't put me on a panel. Please don't,
oh,
or don't put me on a pedestal. Don't put me
I'm
on a
gonna.
pedestal.
I
I'm nobody's
can.
idol. Don't do that. I will disappoint you. I promise you.
Girl,
I
don't say that to me. You don't even know me. I don't know you either. So don't say that to me. We don't know each other. You can't disappoint me if I don't know you.
Period, Sophia.
I wonder what his Twitter's
Period.
like as well. I wonder whether it's
Yeah,
aimed
get
at
that
like.
Twitter
Well,
up.
why don't you go? Why don't you go watch it on some fun later?
Peter is probably as desperate as he is.
Because that guy,
He was kind of mean.
he sucked. That the last sentence he said was ran through WHORES because I don't want to get TikTok
And
banned.
who was he talking to?
I don't even freaking know.
He was
Just
talking to
kidding.
me,
I've
guys.
been
Don't
married for
worry.
30
He was talking to
years
me.
to the same person for 30 years. That's how little he knows.
Yeah.
I hope he was talking to me. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause
I mean,
if
it,
it's
it
got
probably would have applied to you when they fussy. I'm not gonna lie, but
Okay, it
if
ain't
it's got
nothing.
OS
That
on
sounds
his
sus.
Twitter,
No, no,
I'm
no,
going
no.
over there because if that's the way he talks, I hope he makes content like that as well.
I think he's a very insecure man who doesn't get women. And that's
yeah,
it. That's period. You know, I mean, it's fine.
yeah.
You don't get women, dude, but like, don't come on us. It's not our fault, brother. Maybe try
Don't come
harder.
on us.
Okay. Okay. All right, brother. Okay.
Period.
Pause.
What?
Pause. Dude, pause.
Nate Thursey. Oh my god.
What's up? What's up,
Hey,
Neil?
well, you little London boys. I don't have
I'm
time
not
for
from
this.
London. I'm from West Worcestershire. Huh?
I don't care where you're
Where's
from.
Worcestershire?
Right,
Wait,
can
Oh,
we
hold
do
on.
like
Where's
one at a time?
Worcestershire?
Because there's
I
like
don't
too
even
many
know where
people
that is.
talking.
Wait. So Melanated's talking. Wait, I just heard her talking.
Yeah, can we go like one at a time? Because there's way too many people talking right now.
Sorry.
And I'll put it in the chat. Where have we already been? Who hasn't spoke?
B.
B hasn't spoke at all, I don't think, since we've restarted. And Sophia just got here. Who's that on the bottom? Is that a Nate something? Okay, give me an order and I'll put it in the chat. Or do you have a preference?
Well, Sophia hasn't really spoken on the
I did
background,
I did.
so she can go first.
Okay. Well, I mean, does size matter? It depends on what you're talking about. Personally, do I think to start with the general consensus, does like body size matter? No, I don't give a rat's booty. I don't care. Does size matter with men? No, I don't think so. Also, somebody in the comments that says, of course it does, like body size, you're gross. Anyways, do I think, okay, personally from like experience, I had E size boobs and I cut them in half. And I have C's. I'm 24. So no, size does not matter to me at all. Does size matter when it comes to like food? Yes. Like Grammy was talking about trees in your backyard. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Anyways, no, I don't think body size matters. I don't know if that's what this panel's talking about. I don't really care. I really don't. I have stretch marks. My BMI is over the freaking. My BMI, it says I'm obese. Am I obese? No. I do have a lot of muscle. If I was obese, I don't really care. Like a lot of people have. I don't care. I think everybody's beautiful. I don't care what size you are. I care about your personality. And that's it for me. So, period. That's all I got. Sorry, guys.
Okay, I think Little was next. Are you there?
Sorry,
Yeah,
was
I'm
that me?
here.
Oh,
Okay. Little, you're next. What do you got about the background? Little Kenpachi 101.
hi, yeah, sorry.
There you go.
The background, the size matter, not at all. Honestly, I don't really care about size. I'm just like I'm more of just a how you use it kind of person. But that's just me.
Also, to add in here, the men in the comments that are like not about throwing a hot dog in a hallway, I wasn't like what, like why? Question mark? Like why are we going there? Like you guys insecure or like why
They're
are
just
we going
losers,
there?
babe. They're just losers at this point.
Like it's just somebody said some of you are ladies, it's like feeding the whale of a tic tac, which makes no sense. But like grow up.
That's basically
Honestly,
calling
grow
themselves Tic
up.
Tacs. Wait, that's offending themselves. They're calling themselves Tic Tacs. So
Yeah, it just makes me somebody said Sophia wages somebody to touch her heart, not dig in her guts. Gotta respect it.
But it's like,
But
imagine
like,
how offensive that could be to the smaller TikToks up here, like Nate Dusty, for
right.
example, who admit that he's not a shower. Like, come on, y'all.
Like legit. Like I cannot even, like I can't even,
Don't
which
make me
is such
cry,
a
okay?
white
Don't
person
do
thing
it.
to say.
Y'all are gonna make him cry. Come on.
It ain't a Tic Tac. It's called flavor, okay?
Some guy said I didn't say that, but it is less pleasurable with some women that have
Let's go to
vaginal
this.
birth
Let's
for
try to
real.
avoid. Let's try to avoid the comments. We're gonna. We're
Okay.
gonna ignore the
Period,
comments
Grammy. Okay. Period. All right.
and
I'll get
focus
it.
up here because
No, you're
that's
good. You're good. You don't. 100%.
down there.
Yes.
Their goal down there is to stir stuff up. So we're gonna just ignore them. If they do
Yo,
that, if they can't put their face on it or at least their account and get up here like adults and have the conversation, then we aren't going to engage with them. They can engage with each other. But if they want to
See,
engage
this
with
is
anybody
why,
up here,
Grammy, you're my
they need to
idol.
get up here. No.
Grammy said, no, you're not, but Grammy is. Grammy
No.
is.
Okay, so who's next? Nathan?
Hang on, is B still here?
I don't know if they fell asleep. B, are you still here? They might have fallen asleep.
B.
Can I ask Nia a question?
They've been awful quiet. I can't imagine they wouldn't have spoke up at some point.
Right.
Yeah, what's the question?
B,
The size.
wait a minute,
Oh,
Elo. Wait, Elo. Wait, we're trying to deal with something. B, are you there? B, can you hear us? B going once. Twice? I don't know. I'll read the box up.
I think you picked the wrong person.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. My hands are right here, I promise.
Oh.
Just re-request. I don't know who it was, but
poor thing.
Should we kick her? So melanated?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I don't know who the other person was, so
okay,
so that's dealt with. So wait a minute, Elo. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to talk. I'm trying to
Hi,
look.
Vogue.
If everybody go ahead and mute, Nathan's next. And then we'll go back around. Nate, are you there?
Oh, I'm here, Grammy.
Okay. Did you address the background already?
Oh, I did. I'll let Elmo take the stand.
Okay, it could have been when I was doing stuff and wasn't. I almost fell off the stairs. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, then go ahead, Elo. You and Nia can have your conversation.
Hello, Nia.
Yay.
So, Does size matter to you?
Um, yeah, but I always want to give love to the smaller people out there who are less fortunate with their packing size. I
So
think
are
y'all
you a
deserve some
grower?
love. Huh?
Oh yeah, go on. So are you a grower or a shower?
What?
Girl, you better spit this
No, wait.
out before I
I
change
I
it.
wouldn't. I'm sorry. That's a very rude question to ask. I would not.
Why are you
I would
dodging
not
this
know.
right now? Are you, Nia,
Dodging
are you a
what? I just
grower
don't know.
or a shower?
I'm just like feel
Slow,
very.
slow.
Are you a grower or a shower, Nia?
Well, explain to me what's a grower.
What's yours look like?
That might be a little bit getting a little personal and might make.
Elo, don't you see enough on Grinder?
What is that does size matter? You put here some text.
Sir, did you hear the other people up here speaking and the host just speak?
I come just here like
I
now.
think you can, and I think you should mute.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
I was gonna say, like, because don't you see enough on Grinder? I mean, we've already established that gay men are bigger anyway. So, is that not enough for you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a phone call. What got said in that time that I left?
You're asking other people if they're growers or showers.
Yeah, I was asking Nia.
He's curious. He's not getting enough. I mean, I could always give you some. Probably got a good 9-incher. Maybe 12.
Yeah, don't dance around my question. Are you a grower or a shower, Nia?
Probably a good 12. I'm above the average.
Oh, really?
Girl. Yeah. You'd be very pleased.
So you're down for a sword fight?
A sword fight is crazy.
Right, wait, I've got to quickly run out for a minute.
Okay.
But if this live's still up, I'll come back on.
Okay.
Right, guys, I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Where are you from?
All right, Yusuf.
Wow, hang on a minute, Yusuf. This person who's got a cat for a picture, they've got some issue going on. We're gonna deal with them. Just mute up.
Who's this cat, bro? What the fuck is this?
They always show their ass.
Saada sitä dänkkiä, vittu. Sitä me tarvitaan. Niin, vittu.
Got any dobs on that bingo card yet?
Sorry, I told my friend here.
No, not yet.
Wheat soon, so
I feel it coming.
Waiting the wheat.
So, how's everyone doing? Nathan, how are you doing down there?
Yeah, we are good
About
here.
to cry from these comments. Nothing fun about a micro? Come on.
I mean, there's not really much you can do with the micro.
No, don't
You
say
did
that.
put yourself out there.
Don't say that.
You let everyone in this live know that you've got a micropene.
Poor thing.
Listen, I'll tell you what though. No, wait though. There's worse. Listen, it could be worse. You could be the guy that came in here last night and announced to everybody. Well, first he lied about his size, but then he announced to everybody that he literally climbs on top of his girlfriend and just starts going jackrabbit on her. Just straight up, just from the jump. No, nothing, just jackrabbit.
Oh my.
Is that what you do, Nathan? See, you do jackrabbit.
It could be worse. You could be that.
It's like she's reading my textbook. That's exactly what.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Nah, I'm playing. That's sorry, I mean that's exactly what I do. My bad. I'm mute.
Yeah.
New person.
Is this British English?
So, Yusuf, what do you think? What do you think about the
Sorry,
size?
my English it's not so good, but this British English gets a little bit hard for me.
No, you're good. Just go ahead.
Okay. So where are you from, Nia? Are you from Britannian or American?
Me, I'm American.
Are you living in America?
Hmm.
I think this place is very good in America.
Yeah, no, I love America. I mean, I would like to travel
American good.
outside a little more.
I want to come America.
You should. You love it down here.
Yeah, I think it's very good parties there.
Yeah, I will say the people here are kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I think there is very crazy parties. We are here in Finland, but they don't have nothing here.
Interrupt you guys, but I just want to tell the chat. There's 96 people in here. It is 2:52.
95.
There is no reason we cannot get this live to 12,000 likes before the hour is up. Please tap your screens. This has been an enjoyable live. It's been educational. It's been entertaining.
So does size matter? Who put this
Yusuf,
comment?
don't make me mute you. I know that you can hear me speaking.
Yeah, I just checked the picture.
I swear to God. Tap your screens and be sure to gift the host. Also, follow the host and set your notifications so that you'll find out when they go live again tomorrow night. Now go ahead and finish the conversation. Tap those screens.
So 73 people here, very much people.
Yusuf was begging to come up here, and now he's not even saying anything on the topic.
Sorry, my English is not so good, so that's why I don't talk too much.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's perfect.
But I try to talk. Maybe I learn a little bit better to talk like that.
You're doing great.
Okay, good here.
Does size matter to
Of
you?
course, matter. To me, I am happy with my thing here. So I think the girls like big dick.
Yeah.
No way. That's not true.
It's
Don't
okay,
say it.
let's see. You can still scissor with
Okay, normal dick is fine. Normal dick is fine.
Yeah, you know, there's some girls who give it up for the smaller ones.
Yes,
You know,
some girls maybe, yeah. I don't know.
exactly. Like I charity for some, you know, smaller people. Yeah, you know, there's everyone out there for everyone.
But I think the important thing on if you fuck some girl, she have to come. This is the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, like for example, like if you're smaller, like Nita, see, you just gotta know how to work
Oh
it.
my God.
No offense to you. Like I'm just, you know, you
But
are
what is then small? What do you think is
Nita,
small?
see.
What you think is small? What do you think is
What do
big?
I think is small?
What is
2
Probably
inches is huge.
4 below, 4 inches or less.
Not all
I'm not gonna lie, I would be disappointed. I'd kind of be like,
also in America.
Huh?
Not all. What is
What did
this?
what did the trans woman just say?
Are you from Saitsenedangi?
I'm gonna have to try harder.
Mä en tiedä, mä ajattelin, että amerikkalaisten kanssa.
Grammy, nobody wants to hit that. That's nasty.
You're nasty.
Fucking gross.
Hey, are we insulting
Your
someone?
voice gives you away. I hope you know that.
What was that?
You're gonna wait 1 minute, please. Wait just a moment. Wait a moment, Yusuf. It won't be hard
My
to put
friend,
your voice.
my
Oh
friend,
my God,
my
Yusuf.
friend.
It won't be hard to put your voice next to another voice, another video with your voice playing on it, to be clear.
I talk just with my friends, so I have to
Not you,
listen
Yusuf. Not you. For the immature, emotional little baby who needs a bottle that was just up here. It won't be hard. Your voice gives you away, to be clear. Try harder next time.
So how much is in clock there?
How much is like average?
How much is clock in America? What is time?
What
How
time
much?
is it? Is that what you're,
What
is
time
that what
is
you're
it?
asking?
Yeah, sorry, my English. What time is
Like
it?
where I am, it's like 3 a.m.
What time is it where you are, Yusuf? That's what I want to know.
11
Can you
morning.
quickly tell me? Can you look at a clock and tell me what time it is, real quick?
A clock.
Yeah, a clock.
What you say again?
What time is it where you're at?
11 in the morning.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, it's well actually 3 a.m. for me.
3 in the night there.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 for me too, and I just realized it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Why y'all picking on him? What did he do?
We're not.
We're having a conversation with him. What's
I'm
your
just kidding.
problem?
I don't have a problem.
You're kidding?
You came in here hot like you had a problem.
Wait,
Sorry,
he's
that's how I
got
roll.
a Macropolis same as me. Let's go, buddy.
I bet he's
Period.
What
smaller.
up?
Let's go.
You're
Hey,
gonna
we're
have to
brothers.
mute you're gonna have to mute till we're ready to talk to your rideshare. Go ahead, y'all finish your conversation.
But yeah, it's 3 a.m. where I'm at, but
Okay, we have in the morning here. I think 3 soon people go sleep maybe. But here it's 11.
yeah, I should have been asleep a while, but I don't know. I was just like I had this energy. I wanted to come on lives and just start running my mouth, to be honest.
What in your mouth?
Running my mouth.
Your mouth run?
Yeah. It's like yeah.
You gotta explain what it means.
What is
So yeah. I mean it's just like, I don't know how do I explain that?
Rauhoitu. Nää puhut, et sä muutit jotain shittiä. Kuselle. Niin on.
My guy.
So we are in Finland now. I'm from Albania, but we are living here in Finland. Huh?
I agree, 410. Okay, so let's go ahead
I
and move to
want.
rideshare.
I wait my
No,
week.
Yusuf.
Mm.
We're gonna go ahead and move to the next person and be fair. So you can either mute, like everybody else,
Yeah. Let's do like
Nate
this.
has been muted very quietly while you were speaking. And even
Alright.
rideshare, impressively, I don't think has unmuted yet. So I think I know I would. I can't speak for so melanated, but I'm pretty sure that it's a safe bet. They also would appreciate it if you would just mute and let the next person engage in some conversation. Can you do that? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you so that we can. Okay, so rideshare. Did you have something you wanted to say about the background?
I'm sorry?
Did you come up for the background?
The background. What do you mean? The
Well-
subject?
Well, the background. What brought you up to the live?
Well, I was just wanted to be part of something cool. But I don't think you could ask a man if size matters, because we all have the same answer. We don't have
Which
an
is
answer.
what? Oh, you'd be surprised how many men have given us an answer.
I know. But I mean, I don't
Well,
have an
I won't say
answer.
how many people. I won't say men. I'll say how many
I have
people.
I defer to. I would like to know what you think and people, and the other women think. Even though
Yeah,
I mean I've
you
heard
want to know what you
many opinions.
Yusuf, mute
why I can't talk.
because it's not your turn.
All right.
Go ahead, Rideshare.
Oh, nothing. I guess I just want to be part of the conversation, but I don't really have anything to add. I would like. I'm here to learn, not to inform about this. Regarding this topic.
Okay. So melanated, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Do you want? I didn't know if you were falling asleep or not. So, do you want to tell him? He wants to know what the women on the panel think. Do you want to give your opinion first?
About does size matter?
Does
Well,
size matter? Yeah.
it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, if we're talking about body sizes, then no, it doesn't matter.
Okay, Nia.
I think when it comes to attraction, yes, but that's pretty much it.
And I believe size does matter, very much so, but not in the way most men think. I think it matters because too big is a thing, and that matters. And I think it also matters because it matters to men for some reason. And so if it matters to men, then it matters, right? But I think that they should think about it a little bit differently, in the context that we, in general, right, with the exception for most women, I believe, with the exception of too big, right, size really doesn't matter, unless you get into some very small territories, which then for some people it does matter, right? But then again, a majority, and I would say probably an overwhelming majority of women, with the exception of it being too big, size doesn't matter. Because if you're good at your job, you should be able to do that job with multiple different tools.
Are we allowed to swear?
I mean, you can't use TikTok bad language, but you can. We've been dropping F-bombs and been lucky. That's about
Oh,
it.
okay. Well, I mean, there's guys with big dicks who
you gotta
can't
be-
fuck,
well,
right?
Hang on, let me finish because I forgot where I was at
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry.
But with the exception of it being too big, right? Most women, I think, would agree that, as long as you can do the job and have a connection, that's what matters most, right? Like I'm willing to look past a small penis for someone that makes me laugh, that can still do the job, that is a caring and empathetic person. Like those things matter more than size.
I have a
And for
question.
me- okay, go ahead.
Do you care how a guy gets you off as long as they get you off?
No, I don't care.
What Nia's backup thing?
I care that they care. I care that they care. That's important, that they care.
Okay.
No, I agree with Grammy. No, I don't really care.
So it can be like a toy, it could be fingers, it could be mouth, it could be.
It would depend on the toy. It would depend on the toy, but yeah.
What toy?
Every woman, that's going to be different. Everybody's got their favorite and their go-to or their one that they would recommend for people to buy in, and they're all different.
I'm asking. What is what?
And I'm Obi-Wan, got a mission to pass. I just might be the hoe. Toby Maguire got bit by a spider.
Oh hell no!
It was a go. You take your helmet off soon as you get Venus and choke. Even when I see them, be thinking so woke. White Cartiers, all I'm seeing
I
is
don't know. I don't really. It just
mission to pass. I just might be the
it's just
hoe.
like
No FBO, I'm allergic to Rojo and legally blind. All I'm
you know what I
seeing is
mean.
gun.
Nate, Dusty, what about you? Like, what do you think? I
Don't
want to hear a man's perspective.
understand.
Yusuf just got really good at English. That was some good rap. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, D size. Let me think.
No, not D sides, but like
Oh my.
Ride's question of like, I forgot the question. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Does it matter which way?
yeah, it doesn't matter how your partner gets you off as long as they get you off. Like when it comes to
Stop
toys,
unmuting you.
fingers, like all of that.
Well, when it comes to female sexuality, there's so many levels to it. You don't even need. I mean, it's hard to even talk about. With men, it's very simple. So
Do you hear what I hear?
what's wrong?
That accent is gone.
Yeah, what happened to your accent? Well, I'm a little disappointed.
Where's Elmo?
You might have a head injury.
You couldn't keep it up for long enough, huh?
Right.
My idol Elmo was gone, so I
Wow, I'm
was out of
disappointed.
yeah.
I actually enjoyed it. Anyway,
But yeah, literally, like females, they can. I mean, there's so many variety that they can get off from, right? With men, you just got your willy. So good luck.
so if
It's a little
you,
bit more complicated than that, there, mate.
yeah, like, but let's ask you, since you are like, you know, of your condition, like, how would you get your girl off if you can't, you know, be super sufficient with your downstairs area?
Are you asking? Who are you asking?
Honestly, all
Asking
of
you,
you guys.
Ride.
I'll ask all
She's
of
asking
y'all.
someone with the macroponus. She wants to know from you.
Macroponus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Macroponus. No, I got that Jurassic. No,
Well, that's
uh, yeah, no. I mean, it's no matter what. I mean, I like oral. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. I get in it. You know,
Okay.
with or without my micropenis, my macropenis.
Micropenis.
Yep.
There you go, Yusuf.
This is very bad if somebody have micropenis. This is
Oh
fucking
yes, it's very bad. It's
Do
very,
not
very
say
bad.
that,
In my
brother. Do
country,
not say
we
that.
bring them up and we finish them outside. We finish them.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's bad thing.
Okay.
Yusuf, how often have you thought about this?
If you have micropenis, I think it's very, very, very bad.
I know, but you must have thought about this before. You were like on it. You were like, you jumped in right on it. Like, oh my God, you have thought about this before.
Well, Yusuf, what would you consider yourself? Like, are you a grower? Are you small yourself? Like, how would you?
I'm 31 years old.
31 years old? Okay.
His penis is 31 years old, but
Good
he's
at sex.
42.
Here's the question I was going to ask. I wanted to ask Rideshare a question. How old are you,
What?
Rideshare? How old are you?
31 years old.
31 years old. Okay, let me
45.
ask you.
45.
45? Okay.
45.
I'm 58, so
Then
I'm
you have
10 next
45.
also. Yusuf, stop. Come on.
Okay, sorry.
Grammy's arms are tired from picking them up. I'm old and decrepit and 100 years old, according to the chat. So don't make me like have to lift my arms, okay? But here's my question for you. We were having a conversation last night. Are you still awake, so melanated?
What? Tell again?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were having a conversation last night, and somebody in the chat had put, I got a train, so it's probably going to be a little loud for a minute. Somebody had put, what was it exactly that they put? Oh, that men don't get good at sex until they're in their 30s, right?
No, that's not true.
The horn blows till they're in their 30s.
I don't think so.
And
Young
so I'm
guys are
curious
really
on
good.
your thought on that, because we had, I think, as we had a pretty well-rounded explanation reason for why we all agreed to this notion, and so oh God, not Gio.
I don't
And
know. I mean,
so,
I've always thought that I was great in bed, but
well, that's what the kid last night we were talking to. He's like, I've been having sex since I was 16. I'm 22. I'm great. My girl gets off every time. She comes
Yeah,
every
right.
time. And we're like, buddy.
I don't
Every
think
man
so.
thinks
The
they're
girls,
great.
the
I
girls
know
Right.
that I've
And we
sucked.
tried to explain to him that she was fake. And he didn't want to hear that.
sometimes they
So I'm just
sometimes
curious on your thoughts
Yeah.
on that
Okay.
notion that men aren't,
When
they don't
it comes
get
down
good at it
to
until they're
they don't
older.
it
the
comes down
girls
to
they
it
Can we
don't
not
come
over
every
talk?
chemistry.
time. Every other time maybe they come, but not every time. The girls don't come very.
Sis,
She didn't
that's
ask you the
you.
question though, Yusuf.
Yusuf. That's you that's over talking.
Okay, so my answer to that question is, um, good sex is dependent on chemistry. You know what I mean? When I'm really attracted to someone, you know, I have no problem like staying and going round after round, and then it just happens. You know what I mean?
But
And I'm
if
decent in bed, and I don't have a
but
Marco penis.
but
You,
if you want one night, then this is not chemistry, but just one night. If you want, so that's way is good also.
I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. You know what I mean? But um,
You can re-request, Yusuf, later because we can't even conversate because you keep interrupting.
yeah. So do you understand what it does? Is that a good enough answer, or did you want to do I need to elaborate?
Yeah, I mean, I guess your answer is that you disagree that
Yeah. I
no.
mean, no. I mean, I was
until
good.
they're
I
older.
I was in better shape when I was in my 20s, and you know, things were different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. And so but I think the overall experience of someone would get women get overall a better overall experience now than they probably did back then.
I want to respond to one comment really quick to Corey. It says lots of girls get tired after like 30 seconds. Oh, I thought it said after the age of 30. I was going to say no. Women hit their sexual prime when they're in like.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize. But no,
Men hit
I
it. Men hit it
yeah.
in like their early 20s.
Nath, what do you think? Do you agree, disagree about the 30 thing?
30 seconds, like he mentioned, or
No,
30
like
age?
no, like the age, like that men don't get good at sex until they're about 30-ish.
Well, if you got no experience, you're never going to be good. Whenever you get experience, you get good. That's what I think.
Right, but the sex you have at like 16 is different than the sex you have when you're 30.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say underage is probably
You know what
a
I
bit
mean? And
different.
that's kind of that's what we're talking to. But before I
Yes.
explain our response, I'll let Gio go because I know he's just dying to respond. So Gio, go ahead and address the background, or not the background, but the thing about 30, men getting good at 30, not till 30.
I think we get better the older we get because the more partners you have, the more in tune you are with your body and your partner's body. So I think it gets better the older you get.
Okay, and I'm going to owe you an apology because you're not the Geo I thought you were, so I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, no problem. Like I'm in my 40s now, and I think I'm having the best schmecks I've had in my life in my 40s.
Right.
How old is everyone on here?
I'm
31 years old.
31, you're 40.
No, I'm not 31.
31
I
years
sure
old.
said he was like, what, 46?
45.
45.
46 here.
You're also 31?
Nate Ozzy, how old are you?
I am young.
Come on. You told us your dick size and all this other stuff. You can tell us your age.
Between the ages of 18 and 26.
I'm going to call you 18 then. Okay.
18? No, don't. Okay, I'll
He's barely legal.
He's a child.
How old are you,
He's
Nia?
just a baby.
I'm also a child. I'm like 19. About to
Okay.
be
I don't
20.
know. Actually, so melanated, I don't know how old you are.
You want us to buy you some beer?
If people don't stop over talking, I'm gonna start dropping.
Yeah, we can't over talk. How old are you, so melanated? If
I'm over 30.
Over 30. I'm 48.
A
And
mature woman.
I've been married for 30 years.
Holy shit.
It's a long
Hi,
time.
Vogue.
Hi, my love. How are you?
Hello, Vogue. So I think our response to like that question and our reasoning was that, like I said, when the sex that you have when you're in your 30s and 40s is different than the sex that you have when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, even in your 20s, right? And that to be good at sex, right, you don't just have to have a lot of sex, but you have to be comfortable having sex. Like you have to get to a point where you're, like where women are comfortable with their bodies and guys are comfortable knowing that women poop and, pooping in front of your partner and that the body makes weird sounds and, you have to be able to giggle and kind of roll with it. Sex isn't always clean. Sometimes it's dirty and sticky and icky and,
Sweaty.
sweaty. And yeah, and that's one of the grossest things. Oh, I hate sweat dripping on my face. Oh, and so like
it's a rhythm.
You gotta get comfortable, and that doesn't happen when you're 16, 17, 18. It doesn't happen until you get comfortable with you, which doesn't usually happen until you're close to 30.
True. Facts.
Are you talking about for women or men both? Because I've been listening in the comments.
I think both.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
As a gay guy, I had great schmecks when I was, I don't know, well, my first time was when I was 17, but it didn't really get good until about 19, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then I met my ex-husband and then it got even better, which is why I married him.
Nice.
Yeah.
The first
Divorced
time,
now. Divorced
ever.
now, but it was good at the time.
Yeah, see, it was opposite for me. I had a lot of partners before I met, not a lot, but like enough, more than enough, probably.
I thought I had enough, because there's a common misconception that all gay men are promiscuous, which was not me at all. Or that women are promiscuous, which is so a fallacy. And for some reason that more equals that you're now an expert. That is so not the truth. That is just not the way it goes. If you find that right spot and that rhythm between two people, schmex is what you make it between two.
That's exactly the point that I different. That's to my point. Or the same point I was trying to make.
Some people may not enjoy something that a previous partner of yours enjoyed, and maybe that's off the table. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's same but different. I'm speaking from a gay man's perspective, but like it's same but different across the board, regardless. But I'm just saying, like, when okay, so for example, I was to meet somebody and it got to that point. At 43, I'm reading the room before anything like that happens prior anyway. I'm not as throw caution to the wind as I used to be like 20 years ago, for example, or 25 years ago, if that makes any sense.
Kind of yes, it does make sense. How I feel is like the older you get, the more mature you two people get. It's like there's not any beating around the bush. It's like, okay, we like each other, we're attracted to each other. Once you get to first base, you might as well. First base is home plate at simultaneously. You know what I mean? It's like once you get there's not much courting going on. Once it gets to that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Life is short. We only got so much time.
I think for me moving forward, I would love to be courted again. Dates.
Yeah, I understand that, but once
it sounds weird, right? But it sounds
No,
odd,
it
but-
doesn't though, because I would love to get married again. Like just to have all the things I would redo about my wedding, all the, So
Yeah.
it doesn't sound corny. Like
Yeah, I know, but maybe I came across a little bit like Notting Hill rom-com Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts. I didn't like, you know what I mean? But, you know, I would love for that to still exist, which I believe it does. But I think it's few and far between because the dating world has very much changed in the 18 years that I was married to now being single, like with, you know, online dating and
Well, you can
hookup culture and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
you can still do that, but I'm not waiting a month. Like I can still court you, but we're gonna do that probably. You know what I mean? And then I'll court you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going.
I'm not saying that I won't do it's not romantic because in that case then it's just like you're just being romantic just to get to that point. No, that happens, and I'm not saying it shouldn't happen the first night. It can happen the second night, but not the first night. You know what I mean? And then you can, you know, if you
I
like
think
them,
I'd be more comfortable on the second or the third night than I would on the first. That's just
yeah,
me,
that's
though.
that's what I'm saying. It
I'm not
shouldn't
saying
happen
that
on the first. It
there's a.
shouldn't. You
I'm
should
not
just feel
saying
that.
that there's a right or a wrong in that choice. By the way, I'm just saying I think I would just feel more comfortable. You know.
Well, and I
Yeah.
think it depends on what your intentions are. Sometimes it's good just to have like a hookup versus someone you actually want to date. Like if it's someone I want to date, I wait. If it's not and it's a hookup, then I'll hook up on the first night.
Yeah,
If
that's
it's
why I
someone that
wouldn't do it
I'm
on the first one. That's why I wouldn't, because if it was
It
just a
sets the tone for
flyby,
the rest of the. You can't.
Yeah, we
It
can't
sets the tone for the
overtalk.
rest of the time.
We can't overtalk, and I think we should probably just get back to the topic so that we can keep the conversation going. I see that who did not get to address the actually address the background? Vogue and Geo and Elo. You were up here earlier, right?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, just a second so that I know where we're at. Oh, and Rideshare, did you address the background, like the does size matter part, or just the over 30 part? You did, didn't you? I think you did. Oh, he's gone. Well, bye. Okay, so we'll go Geo, and then we'll go. I'm curious to hear what Geo has to say about the size matters.
So
If you
for
guys,
me,
really quick, Gio, hang on, I'm sorry. Everybody in the comments, if you want to join the conversation, hit the little blue and red people and put in a request. We're at, thank you everybody who got us to 11,000 likes. Let's keep going. It's 3:23 in the AM here. That gives us 7 minutes with 55 people. We should be able to get that to 15,000 likes. And you can also, if you would, share the live to your friends. And also you can hit the little arrow and then hit the copy link button. It looks like a paperclip, and that counts as a share. See, I'm going to do it right now. Counts as a share every single time you do it. And you can do it over and over and over. And that helps out the live. Okay, go ahead, Gio.
so I'm more of a peach guy, but if I'm in a relationship, so you have to do give and take. So size does matter because if it's too big, that would hurt. So for me, size does matter, but probably for the opposite reason of why other people would say.
Okay, I agree. Too big, too big.
Kind of guy, man.
Pardon me?
What do you mean by peach kind of guy?
The peach is known as the bum.
Oh, you're a bottom.
No, I'm more of a top. But if I'm in a relationship, you have to give and take. So if I'm going to take, I don't want something huge. Am I allowed to say that? If not, I apologize.
But being a bottom, you always want to go bigger and bigger.
Pardon me?
When you're a bottom, when you start becoming a bottom, you always want to go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Not for me. That would hurt. I've only bottomed twice, and they were not huge. If it was huge, I probably wouldn't be able to take it.
Yeah, the more you do it, the more you want bigger. All gay guys go like that.
Not all. You shouldn't use absolutes. Everyone's
Your
differently.
experience, Elo, but that's not been Gio's. So
Yeah,
Well,
everyone has their own experience.
Elo's a power bottom himself, so he is more he's more
Where do you live?
Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, he's
No.
a power bottom
Make sure you
himself.
follow each other and you can shoot each other some messages.
California here.
And if all goes well, you can come back and you can you can tell us all about your fun time, and you can make sure that you gift So Melanated for introducing you guys.
Yes.
Gosh. How big's your wallet?
And 19 centimeters, 7.5 inches. But the girth is nice. That's also important.
I'm talking about your wallet.
Oh, my wallet.
Not your dick. Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
What's your yearly income?
Fred, that is so
Not yet.
ridiculous.
I'm
not
dating
answering
right
that.
now.
We're alive, you guys.
Just do that somewhere else.
I lived in San
Like,
Francisco and I lived in San Diego. But if you're concerned about my wallet, then we're probably not the right match because that's not what I'm concerned with.
I mean, y'all could just bump uglies and have fun with that, I guess.
What I just heard Gio say was that there's more important things in life than just bumping uglies.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I guess it's true, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. There's no reason to be sorry.
Well, so we got Gio and Ella, y'all are both gay, and then Nate, let's see, you're attracted to lesbian women.
What? Oh my goodness.
Because that's what you said, right? You said
No.
lesbians is the way to go or something like that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Why? Oh no, I'm just interested at Elmo's attempt at getting a sugar daddy. I respect it.
Oh, look, Elmo, you got another suitor.
Wait, no, I didn't say that.
Anyways, yeah, so I can understand where Elmo's coming from. Like, the bigger you go, the bigger you have to get afterwards, I guess.
Everybody put in a request. Come join the conversation. You know you want to. Don't be shy. You don't got to be shy. There's nothing anybody's going to say to me that I haven't heard. I used to teach a human sexuality class to like 19, 20, 21-year-old college kids. You're not going to say anything that I haven't heard. For the most
Yeah,
well,
the same
there might be a couple things you could say that I probably haven't heard, but it won't surprise me.
The train.
Whose train was that?
Train, and I'm telling you, I can't. You guys will see me doing this. It's because I can't hear nothing because the train's in the background.
Morning, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing this morning? It's morning, right?
Yeah, it's morning here. I'm just about to start work, so I just wanted to kind of hop on before I start clocking in. Yeah, I'm from Scotland.
No.
That's cool. So what are your thoughts about the background?
Size, do you know, it's more about skill level for sure. And I think that there's a lot of men, especially a lot of boys, in the comments. In fact, I don't know what they're doing. They're obviously believing that corn is a reality when it's not. That don't know about women's anatomy, that don't actually care to kind of a check. And they're speaking for women by saying size does matter. No, it's your skill level that matters. And I think that a lot of men don't realise that foreplay starts like before you've actually even touched. It starts like way before that in terms of getting to know that person, the chat that you have with them, how comfortable that you are making each other and how desired you are making each other feel. When all of that's in play and it's not bravado, because again, I say I'm dating, men are kind of a cock blocking themselves because the conversation, but when they don't recognise, they don't understand women's anatomy, they make all sorts of judgments, they believe what they see in corn, and they don't actually care to find out what women like by asking actual women in real life. So size, I've had loads of different sizes, but it is the skill level that definitely counts. And the person that's attuned to your body. And I think what the panel had said earlier about being attuned to that person's body, you know, what you liked when you were 20 to what you like now that I'm 42, is different. You know, it's a different level of where you're at. So yeah, and I think that even men in their 40s that I'm dating, don't get me wrong, I don't adhere to that kind of a ego boost. You know, if it's not happening, I'm telling you it's not happening because you're not listening to what I've asked for or what I like. So I'm no longer kind of doing that pretend, oh, that was great, thanks very much. No, I'm not doing it. Your ego's not getting stroked because I'm not getting stroked. So
Can I ask you a question then?
Yeah, your point about them not knowing anatomy. I just want to speak to that really quick because we had a kid in here last night who could not. He said he could not. He did not know where the clit was. For one, the clitoris was. We explained it to him in like the most simplest of terms with like a hand and a diagram and, you know, the whole thing, and he still did not get it. But more importantly, he did not know that there are 3 holes. And it blows me away every time that I hear men who don't know that.
like they think the clitoris is a dinosaur, and it's like, no, that the clitoris is not a dinosaur. It is like 4 times more sensitive than the tip of your dong, and it's the only part of a human body that is designed purely for pleasure, and they don't get it, and they don't understand it.
They should know where it's at. Like, they should be able to find it in the dark with, you know, nothing else, just their hand. Like, they should be able to find. It's not hard. Like, it's really not hard. It's right there. You can't miss it.
Grammy, I only thought there were 2 holes. I thought there was a piss hole and a fuck hole.
Oh.
Where's the 3rd hole?
Well, women have 3 holes, babe.
Where?
Mouth, vagina, and...
Nia.
What?
No, we don't pee out the same hole as we have sex. That's the thing.
No. That's what I said, yeah. Piss hole and a fuck hole.
Chacha's explaining it. Listen.
We have the urethra, we have the vaginal canal, and then we have our anus and stuff like that. I think, am I missing something? No, I shouldn't say we're not doing ear holes and
urethra,
the vaginal canal, yeah,
yes,
and the anus. So,
but guys don't know about the urethra. They think that we pee out of our vagina.
So I was right. I thought you was talking about 3 holes being in a vagina. I didn't know that there's a piss hole and a fuck hole in a vagina.
The urethra is in the vagina, though. It's part of it. It's like a whole. There's a whole ecosystem there, and it's separate to the hole that we have sex in.
I love that you said ecosystem. That was a beautiful way to do it.
Yeah, well, I know that. I just said that there's 2 holes in a vagina. I know that.
How would you know that? You don't even...
I don't know how I know it, but I know it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even interact with it. So
how would you? What are you talking about? How would you know that? You thought there were 3 holes. You said a mouth.
I said yes, because that's what most people are talking about when they say.
That is generally what most people are talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
I had to ask when you said 3 hours because I thought you was talking about.
But I didn't ask Cha-Cha.
You had to think about it that hard is the problem.
Well, I didn't think you were talking about bums.
That men don't understand that, like, the anatomy of a woman. You need to get out. I used to have my students take Play-Doh on the first day of class and build what, you know, like genitalia. They would have to build it, and then they could pierce it, and they could put hair on it, and they could, you know, whatever. You know, I'd bring in a whole bunch of Play-Doh, and that's what we would do, like the first, second days of class, as getting to know you exercises. You should know what a vagina looks like. You should know the whole area, all of it, everything.
I've got a question.
I don't play with. How come your accent's changed again? Why are you northern now?
No, don't worry about it. I've got a question though.
He's trying to sound Scottish.
Because I don't
So
understand. How do you do that? Because I can't do that.
It
no,
is kind of good. I'm not gonna
don't
lie.
worry about it. Don't worry. I've got a question though.
Okay, what's the question?
So, are schools not teaching us the kids, or are we just like, why are grown men not knowing that?
Well, I
here's
don't think.
why. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, me personally, I think that. I mean, it's like you kind of. I feel like you should look it up yourself. Like, no, like no. I'm not trying to say that in any way, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like it would be weird to teach
It's
the
like an
opposites.
anatomy class, right?
Well, the opposite smacks. Maybe in a higher level of education, sure, but like,
That's how I learned anatomy, high school.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
you're
in the
not
British
from America,
curriculum.
right? You're not from America, right?
I am.
And that could be part of the difference because other countries, and I said this earlier, other countries treat their young people very differently than we do here in America. Okay? Here in America, sex is a very taboo subject. People don't talk about it. It's frowned upon to you just can't talk about it. Like, especially parents aren't talking about it with their children. Parents don't know the correct terminology, so they're not comfortable to talk about it with their children. In other countries, the educational system picks up a lot of that, and they educate kids, and kids are expected to understand that education, and they're treated with respect. Unlike here, where we're like, they can't know, they don't know, they're not ready, they can't handle it, this is too grown up for them. When in reality, I watched a video the other day of a 5-year-old doing a whole ass Play-Doh C-section. So it's not that the kids can't handle it, it's that the parents and society can't handle it. And because of that, all of our young people are failed. And if they don't go seek out that extra education on not just this topic, but a whole lot of other topics, then they're doing themselves a disservice. Because your K through 12 in America does not cut it.
Well,
You see,
in that case,
when I said I meant I am in America.
I don't believe it.
Congratulations, Nath.
I am
Can
in
I also-
America.
I'm
So
just
American
kidding.
school. And they taught me that. They did. It was private as well.
I'm going to
Period.
say, from your women experience, I think gay guys have cracked it there. And that's like using an app like Grindr, for example. You just go on there, you tell someone what you want, how you want it, and it's done. And then you meet up and do it.
What does that mean? Like what you want, how you want it? What is that?
Well, so you'll go on Grindr and message someone and be like, oh yeah, I'm a bottom, I want fuck him. And then they'll come fuck you, and that's what I want.
Really? So it's like you're ordering takeout food or something?
Uh-huh. But like Cha Cha was saying, you've got men that don't have a clue what they're doing.
That's
and
true.
they're
I get.
not
I
satisfied.
think it's also different in terms of what women would like, and even for people for women that are in the LGBTQI plus community, I've often had like friends tell me that they are having sessions for hours and hours and hours because women can go again and again and again, and so that experience is slightly different. And I think that women's bodies are much more complicated, so there is the opportunity to explore. But also, yeah, it's fine if you just want to get off and it's done in like 15 minutes. But for the majority of us women who are a bit older and our sex drive is like a teenage boy's, we want a full experience. We don't just want a vibe. We just don't want 2 humps and a let's go. That's not going to cut it anymore. I'm not shaving my legs for that shit. So
Right. Yes.
Period.
The majority of men, though, like men, I think I'll speak for the majority of men. It's more of a roll-on, roll-off situation. Like the only thing that we want to do is shoot our load, and that's it.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Like, that's the whole point of me. That's the whole
And you're
point.
gonna have to try harder if you want us to participate in that.
I'm
And
happy.
Right.
that's what a lot of women are saying. We'll play along, but you're gonna have to try harder because we're not gonna shave our legs for that shit. In fact, Not only are we not going to shave our legs, we're not going to open the motherfuckers either. You can go stand in the corner and shoot your load all by yourself.
I mean, they can jump on Grindr and come message me. If you're not there to satisfy them, I don't mind jumping on Grindr and helping them out.
Well, should I go to Grindr then?
No, Nia. No, you shouldn't.
Why?
Night when I'm about to close it down. I think Melanated's asleep. So Melanated, are you still here?
It's also the fact that, like, even in the comments, you know, you see all these guys and they're taking a stab in the dark. They're saying things like, "Oh, you should just do this," and every time I've been like that, nope, that's not going to work, and they don't recognise that the skill is the key of it. Stop watching porn, think about and look at and do a wee bit of research, read a couple of things about the clitoris, and that'll kind of teach you a whole load about sex. And the thing is, even in the education system, you know, I think it's slightly different now that my daughter, who's 14 now, as she was growing up, she was getting taught about the basics about anatomy and everything else. And I think that's where it stops. It doesn't talk about pleasure. It doesn't talk about, you know, how to not be ashamed of your body. It doesn't talk about the complicated things that you have in terms of relationships. So because of all of that, that's why there's still a lot of shame. And certainly in the UK and the US, religion has a large part to play in that, you know, in terms of shame around sex, around pleasure and enjoying yourself. But because there's that shame, people aren't being as safe as they should be. People aren't recognising when things aren't consent. People aren't recognising when, you know, they're really bad in bed. Because one, as much as I'm in my 40s now, you know, I would wait until I was home before I would tell somebody that they're rubbish, because it's just not safe for us as women to do that, you know, in that moment. So there's loads of kind of different factors that as women, we're shamed if we have sex, we're shamed if we don't have sex, we're shamed if, you know, we discuss our needs and wants. And I think all of that kind of a societal pressure tells women that we shouldn't be doing these things. And I think it's only now, like I said, as an older woman, I'm not doing it. And like I said, I would like to be more sexually active, but I can't, because the men's, you know, the conversation is so drab, or, you know, the comments are so selfish that I know that that's not going to be worth my time. And so I think they don't take the time out to think, can I improve? Because I know that I do when I'm with a partner. Do you know, I'm like, well, what is it you like? How can I do this? How can I do that? But on the same point, I'm like, no, this is what has to happen. This is what has to happen, and X, Y, and Z. And men aren't doing that because they're so inherently selfish, unfortunately.
Yeah, and actually, exactly. Like, I think that's the point. Is like, just like what Ella was saying. Like, I think it's like women and men are just kind of inherently wired differently. It's like men more so get off on just like getting that act done and everything. With like a woman, it's more so you kind of have to romanticize them a little bit. Like, there needs to be some background to it. Like I don't know.
I don't think there needs to be. I was thinking
put in some mental work.
It's like, it's what men do. It's what we do.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe
all the time. And when we're horny, we just want to shoot our load. That's it.
What about Nathan C? What do you think?
He's got a micro penis, so I don't think he's very
He's a man, though.
Hey, come on, don't do it like that, Elmo.
Bro, you got an inverted.
What do you think, Nathan C? Is that the same experience for you, that you're just trying to shoot your load, I guess?
So the thing is, men just want to get the nut. That's true. But if you're a good man and you're straight and you're looking for females, you get to know how to romance. And foreplay starts at the beginning of the day, okay? It's a whole experience of your interaction with the person, the emotions, the tie to them, if you have a partner. If you don't have a partner, then it's all about chemistry.
Look at that man right there, Ella. You see
Look at
that?
your profile. I can see that is that your partner in your profile now?
Don't look at my profile. Oh my.
Right, I looked on it to check you out. What do you mean? Come back. Take yourself off mute. Is that your partner in there?
Oh, is that your little girlfriend?
Oh, girl.
Don't say that. Nah. Don't
Oh,
worry
it's
about it.
not.
Why not? Is it your mom or
Worry
something?
about it. It's good to be open about it. If you've got a girlfriend, it don't matter.
I'm anonymous online. That's not even me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Shut up. Just shut up. Stop. Anyways, so
Mom. Those are mom earrings.
it's looking like
Okay,
the
don't
little
say that
smile.
about her. She's not a mom yet. Don't
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
Oh,
That's your
God.
girlfriend.
You're gonna make her.
No,
You're gonna
don't
make
say
her
that.
one.
Oh my! Don't
Are
say
you gonna
that.
make her one?
You don't know me.
Or are you gonna make her one?
I'm
It's
trying to get
impossible
to
because
know
I have a
you.
macropenis. Remember?
But you can't.
What's that?
You can't
Like, you got
ejaculate.
You'll get someone pregnant with a macropenis.
Exactly.
Right.
It's impossible. Don't worry about
Right.
it.
Oh, are you trans?
Hey yo.
Wait, well, you said you have a micropenis. I'm not sure.
No, we're not doing that.
Nate, you're a trans man.
I said
No.
we're not doing that.
Oh, what's that?
These
Tell me.
Yes,
accusations.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, how come it can't? Well, so
Don't
can
worry about that. On topic. Back on topic.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
does
Well,
size
I'm just
matter? She's asking you about your size. This is topic.
Oh my.
exactly.
It is.
I'm
I guess it
curious.
is. Shoot.
I'm just curious. Like with a micropenis, can you not produce or like ejaculate?
I think you probably could.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, exactly. That's my thing. Like, so you can
It's just the only.
ejaculate.
It's just smaller.
Right, exactly. So then you can create offspring.
I think they could. I mean, I could. Yeah, probably.
You keep saying they. Are you not do you not have a micropenis?
How
I
does
do.
your
Macropenis.
How does your girlfriend cope
Macropenis.
with you having a
Macropenis.
yeah, whatever that thing is? How does your girlfriend cope with that?
Cope?
Yeah,
You're saying it like it's a bad thing. Don't say
it
that.
is a bad
No.
thing.
The same way that anybody else does things. Like there's lots of ways.
Well,
Like listen, I want you guys to think about something. Just think about something, okay? This is something I used to have students think about. Think about if you lost the part of your body, right, that you do that stuff with and was unable to use that part of your body. You lost it in an accident, or you lost use of it, like you don't have any sensory stuff happening there, right? You would still have a sex life, and you would still have a good sex life. You'd be able
How
to
is
still have a
that
very
so?
good sex life because you would still have a partner that you could please in multiple ways, and you would find ways of still being pleased.
Well, yeah, you'll be.
You would be pleased through pleasing your partner. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to remember, your brain is your biggest sex organ.
I would just be a bottom. Like if I lost my penis or
I
it
feel like
stopped
honestly,
working,
Alo, you
I'd
might be
just be a
better as a
bottom.
bottom. Honestly, babe, you
I
get that
know.
girly pop energy.
But look, if I'm gonna be realistic with you guys, if I met someone and they rocked up and they had a micro penis, I
Oh,
can't
my.
connect with that. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna be like,
Would you walk off the date?
I wouldn't be on a date. They'd
Oh,
be
you'd
coming
be.
to my house. It'd be like a hookup. Well, it'd be in the
Okay.
like if they ripped it down and it was like a whole 2 inches, I'm gonna be like, bro, where you sticking that? Because it's not going in my mouth and it's definitely not gonna get past my ass crack.
You're hurting people's
you can
feelings
be.
on the panel.
Oh, come on.
And you
1
have
inch,
every
take it or
right
leave
to.
it.
But listen, you have every right to that preference, right?
Yeah.
That is something that would be a preference, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that aren't necessarily preferences, but that is a preference. And
Yeah, I
you
would.
have every right to be like, I'm not interested, right? But that doesn't mean that for somebody else, it wouldn't.
Yeah, like
Maybe,
Nate
you know,
Smithy.
there's somebody out there who would probably prefer. What's the word? How have you been saying it?
Macropenis.
It's a macropenis. Yes.
Yeah, that's like. I get it.
Macropenis.
That's why I was asking how Nate's missus reacts with it. Like, how does she get along with it?
So that's also something a bit different when you're straight and you're with a woman. There's a lot more to sex than just penetration. Okay, women can orgasm without being penetrated at all.
How do you orgasm?
Don't even have to be touched.
Technically, no.
That's
It's
true.
a tantric orgasm is one where they don't have to be touched.
Well, what about you though? Is what I think he's
Yeah.
asking.
Oh, for me?
If you have a macroponus, like how do you or
How are you dealing with this situation? Like,
don't
because
know. I don't
clearly
know.
that's like,
you don't know.
let's
You
be
haven't
real, being a
ejaculated before.
man.
But he's listen, you guys. He still gets sexual. He would still get sad. I'm gonna assume that he really does have a macroponus, and I'm just gonna go with it, okay? But
I swear,
he's
I
still
definitely
okay,
do.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
trust you. I'm not gonna doubt that. This is gonna either way. This has been a positive conversation, and there's been learning, and people in the chat have learned some things. So I think it's okay. So we're just gonna go with it. If you say it, I'm gonna just trust it. But don't, you know. Don't get
Represent.
wild on me and start going crazy now and doing weird shit either. But, you know, he would still get sexual satisfaction. Like, he's
But
still going to be satisfied. It just may not be exactly the same way that anybody else does it. But what is there to deal with? He's still getting, other than like the societal stigma, right? Which to me, it sounds like he's doing a bang up job of dealing with. What would there be for him to deal with? Elmo or Elmo?
Like, what do you mean with them like sticking it in? Like, actually
Think
doing
about it this way. Elo, think about it this way. There's loads of people that have kinks. So sometimes it's not about touch at all. For some people, they might want a dominatrix who will degrade them, who will do all sorts of things, but none of it's maybe sexual touch that you or I would know or that would want. And that person still gets that pleasure from that. So the fact that there is people that like to just give, you know, in a relationship, and that in itself is enough. And I think that's the issue, Elo, is that because you understand how you like pleasure, you don't you're not really you're not thinking your mind beyond how other people get pleasure, and that's quite common in men. Do you know that they're not thinking about what's that?
I'm well understanding what men are like. Like I
Yeah,
get the fact that
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so you've only met men that are similar to you in terms of that getting off and ejaculating is the be all and end all, but
Well,
that's
it'd
not
be-
the reality of what everybody wants in
It will
a
be-
sexual relationship.
it would be I meet men to suit my needs. Like,
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So when people are telling you this is what their experience is and this is what they enjoy, then kind of just take it as is.
oh yeah, I'm just asking questions about it. Like I'm just wondering what him and his missus really get up to. Like, so I guess it's just I'm asking
maybe
questions.
he could be more of a giver, and maybe that's how he.
He can't give because he hasn't
I
got
can't
Yes,
so much.
they can.
You can give in
It's
certain
not
ways.
like it's
Oh, you
broken and
mean
doesn't
give.
work. It's not like I think you have a misunderstanding maybe of what
Poor thing.
a micro
No, I've
penis
seen it. I've
is,
seen
one.
videos of what they're like.
But they don't all
Oh
look the
my.
same either. Just like all other men's don't look the same. Neither do men who have.
Micro
How are
penises.
you guys saying it?
Micro
Macroponus.
penis. Just say micro penis.
I keep wanting to say metropolis.
I know.
Same.
Can Nate Dusty? Can you? So
Nate, that's
I'm
Does
sorry.
it
I'm
make
not,
Nate? Does it make you self-conscious?
not one bit.
period.
You've
I
never
love
cared
that.
how small your penis is.
No, why would it? Why would it?
Well, I don't know. It would make me self-conscious.
Can you? So Nate, if you wanted to create offspring, can you ejaculate with a macroponus?
Oh my goodness.
I
I'm
don't
just
even.
curious.
Can you actually? Yeah, go on, tell us. Can you actually jizz?
Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they would. Yeah, I do.
What size is
Goodbye.
it? What size are you?
Well, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
5 inches soft, 1 inch hard.
Oh, I want to see this. Do you want to join our Discord and send us some pictures?
Oh hell no. Oh hell
Why?
no.
Nate, curiosity is starting to get the better of me, I think. I want to see it go from like 5-inch soft all the way to 1 inch. Like, I genuinely want to see your video and do
Is
it.
it like magic or something?
I can send it to all my trans friends as well, and I'll be like, they'll
Oh,
literally be
this
like,
again.
"Oh my
Don't
god,
call
that
me
is
that.
so."
Oh
Well,
golly.
I'm
he's
not
not
calling
calling
you
you that.
trans.
He has trans friends that.
Yeah, they'll be fascinated by it as well.
I can't hear you guys.
Cool, all right.
Sorry, Grammy.
What? So, do you not just try and keep it like soft and then do stuff with 5 inches?
Yeah, can you like keep it soft and then just like
Use a
stay?
stilt.
Have you been to the doctor about it? Like, as in, can they not? I saw this TV program thing once where people because there's people out there that like, what's it called? Where they literally jizz within seconds, and there's a surgery where they can take the nerves out of your like penis so that you can last longer in bed. Like some people, it's called pre-ejaculation, where literally I've met people like it as well. It's like you don't even get to getting into the intercourse act, and it's just like already done and over. Like, the time you've even got to sitting down and getting to work, it's already done. But that's called like pre-ejaculation. And you can get surgery for that. So
Remember
can you not
people
get
in the
surgery?
US that have to pay for everything?
Yeah, but it'd be a medical condition. What he's got is a medical condition, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but that's what I'm saying. And even in the US for medical conditions, they still have to pay. That's a fortune. So it's not like us that are quite lucky in that sense. In the US and other places, it's a fortune for just simple medical procedures.
Is there surgeries out there for like? Have you not looked into getting a surgery about? You're seeing if there's any surgeries to get
A bigger penis.
well, not
Oh
to
my
get big, well,
goodness.
to keep it from going from 5 inches to 1 inch. Like, can they not take the nerves or something, or stop the blood or something? I don't know. Why does it go in?
Why does it go in?
It goes in like 4 inches into where though?
That's what happens to women when we talk to red pill men. It sucks in.
What's that mean?
Like
What's
the
that
fucking
mean?
Sahara.
Where's the 4-inch gap that it gets erected to that goes inside you? Like, because let's be real, I was talking about this the other day. Like, I've tried. Sometimes I'll put my balls up in the sack and then tuck my dick in and make a vagina out of my ball sack.
Because he's a closeted little.
I'm not a closeted little anything actually.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
Let's behave.
yeah, I can't push it up inside me. So where's your 4 inches go?
Behave.
If it goes back in on itself, and surely you should be able to go like maybe there is a surgery where they can stop it from going back inside and staying outside. Then you might get like 6 inches.
Wait, you make a little hammock out of your balls and shit?
Yeah, if you show me yours going inside of you on Discord, I'll show you how I make a little hammock out of my balls and that.
Hey, yo, I don't know. That's interesting, but
Listen,
no
we're
shit.
all
I
out
wanna
here
see
learning
that.
stuff, bro. We might as well learn
Wait.
together.
Wait, hold up. Hammock. I thought you were talking about tucking. What is a hammock?
No, I just push my balls up and then pull my ball sack over my dick and
That's
just
some
make it look
origami.
like I've got a vagina. Oh, come on, Grammy. We just doing stuff like this kind of stuff you just do out of curiosity. Do you know what I mean?
Listen,
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill comes to mind in the film Silence of the Lambs.
Oh my gosh, Cha-Cha. Oh my.
That's interesting. So
Have you never done it, Nia?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. So
No.
when you so when you are receiving, what is the like size that you're more
We've been
comfortable
over this.
with.
Bigger is always better, so I don't really care.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
like.
like a 9-incher.
Yeah, most times
So you want
before
to
I
get
even.
tore up.
Let me tell you a little secret. So before I even go and meet someone, if I'm planning on meeting someone, so like 10 minutes before I meet someone, I'll sit on a big fat dildo. So that the time you get there, it can just get in and get
So
it
you can
done.
open up.
I'm already open, ready.
How do you prepare for giving versus receiving?
Oh God, you know this now. I don't understand why you're questioning me about
Why
this.
would I know this? What are you talking
All
about?
right, guys, listen. It's 4:00 in the morning.
Damn.
So I'm 100% positive so melanated is sleeping. Are you awake, so melanated? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if everybody go ahead and follow So Melanated up there
Yeah,
in the corner and set your notifications. She's probably going to go live again tomorrow. So she'll
Can I-
probably do something fun in the evening is my guess. But make sure you guys follow each other and follow So Melanated. I'll give you guys a few minutes before I close it down. But,
Ella, finish what you were saying, babe, really quick.
I'll just squirt. If I'm going to bottom, I'll just squirt water up and douche out. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the top, I'll just stand at the sink and wash my willy.
How do you? Okay. You stand at the sink and you wash your willy with like hand soap or something.
I just give it one last wash before I go on the meat.
Same.
Well, what do you mean?
How? What do you mean, same? What are you washing? You got a micro penis. No, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I'm not invalidating you.
It's
bro.
macroponus.
It fucking
okay.
sounds like a dinosaur. When you say that, it reminds me of a dinosaur.
It kind of does sound like a dinosaur.
Yeah, what is it? What are you calling it?
Macroponus.
A macroponus. Yeah, it sounds like a grass-eating dinosaur.
I mean, but you would know all about that, huh, Elo?
I got a dinosaur if you want it now.
Oh me, oh my.
No, I'm joking. Anyway,
That's crazy.
Nia, you're not going to bed after this. We're going to find another live when this one closes down.
It's 4
I'm going to drop your follow, Nate,
it's
as
4
well.
a.m.
I
But
know.
it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, and most times, Nia, I stay up till like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to suit you guys. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody have a nice night. Make sure you follow So Melanated, okay?
Nate, if I drop you a follow, make sure you drop me back and you can come up on panels with us. You'll have fun.
Thanks for being part of the discussion, y'all. Have a good
No, I
night.
enjoyed it. I'll drop back into this live again.
I'm gonna drop you guys off before I close down the comments and
Thank
stuff.
you, Grammy.
Bye.
Bye. Right, let's go find another live. Bye. Grammy,
Bye,
thanks for having us
Tata.
up
I
there.
gave you a follow.
Bye.
Did you have anything you want to say, Cha Cha, before we end it?
No, just it was great chatting to everybody, and I like Elo Buffalo Bill Bella is Elo's new name. Night, everybody.
All right, good night.
Night.
Everybody have a good night. Damn trains. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Say goodbye, comments. Okay. Everybody have a good night and wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Always protect yourself.